every single video I make, there's always a comment from someone asking about, should I buy? Should I buy now? Is a question, because we've had BTC all-time high, 125k. We've had all-time highs for all your favorite altcoins, Solana, XRP, etc., etc. Or good altcoins. Good is a subjective word, but the blue chip altcoins. Obviously, the low cap coins, some of them are going to oblivion that I've talked about. But a question people always say is now a good time to buy, or should I wait? Meaning that we're at probably half price, maybe lower for a lot of coins. Are we going lower is a question. And one thing I want to say is, I don't have a crystal ball, and neither do any of these guys on YouTube that make any videos, right? Nobody knows. So if one of them is saying, oh, well, this is going to happen or that is going to happen in terms of a price estimate, they're getting it out of thin air, to be completely honest with you, right? What I would say is, if you look at last year, which was all-time highs, like I just mentioned, for a lot of coins in 25, if you look at the time period between every Bitcoin halving and the top of the market, the total crypto market cap, which I've shown on the videos, it's around 77, 78 weeks, roughly. For the last 3 bull runs, we've had Bitcoin halving, 77 to 78 weeks, top of the market, then we go into a bear market. We're in that period now. And the next time we get a Bitcoin halving is 2 years. 2028 is the next Bitcoin halving. And then guess what happens 77 to 78 weeks after that? You can guess. Now, obviously I'm estimating. Obviously I'm guessing, right? But you've got the evidence of it happening again and again and again and again, right? So if we look back at the previous data, and that's all we can do, we've got to look at these next 2 years as a period of accumulation, or sideways or slightly down. And to go back to the comments and what people are saying, should I buy now? Well, I can't predict if Bitcoin is going to go to 30k, 20k, 40k, 50k, right? But I can safely say that for the next 2 years, approximately, we're probably not going to have an all-time high, right, of Bitcoin until we start the process again. So what that means, in fact, is if you are using the method that is tried and tested, let's be honest, over the years, of dollar cost averaging, i.e. buying a certain amount every week, every month, you're probably going to get an average price lower than the all-time high of whatever you're buying, right? And this applies to, we talk about liquidity pools a lot. I had a comment on a video, which was yesterday. Should I now deploy more capital into my liquidity pool for Ethereum, knowing that there could be a dip? Well, at the end of the day, there's always going to be a dip. There's always going to be a pump. And for me, timing is one thing. So being in the market is better than timing the market, in my opinion. If you're in for the next 2 years, your dollar cost averaging in, you're probably going to beat someone who tries to get the dip. You know? That is the best thing, in my opinion. The caveat to that is if your coin is just going down. And this is a big, big thing, because there's a lot of coins in crypto. 100, 200, 500, 1,000, 10,000, more than that. And 99.9% are garbage. They do nothing. Doesn't matter what the roadmap is. Doesn't matter if the person running it apparently worked at XYZ tech company. We know that they're not doing anything. And the amount of charts that I look at on the live streams on a weekly basis, I show my videos, or someone emails me about, or whatever, that literally are going like this. I've not had an all-time high in 5 years, is the majority of them, unfortunately. And for anyone that is wondering, will my coin go back up? I mean, If it did not go up or get an new all-time high, or even get anywhere near it in the last bull run, it's probably not going to, unfortunately. So for that person, buying now, dollar cost averaging now into that coin is probably pointless, if I'm honest. It's probably pointless. You could dollar cost average in the next 2 years into a lot of these low cap coins, and you're just wasting your money. You're literally wasting your money. I'm going to be honest, you're wasting your money, right? And there will be still people making these stupid top 5 altcoin videos, altcoins to buy in February, March, whatever, 2026, April 26, May 26. And if you look at them, the charts are awful, right? It's just pointless. And we're going to get to a point where it gets harder for people to find the low coin altcoin gem because there aren't any. It's literally just the coins that have been around for bull run after bull run that you've got the data to look at and think, well, these are still alive, they're still being used, and those are the ones that, let's be honest, the only ones to buy in this market. If your portfolio is 10 meme coins, 10 coins that are ranked 500 and lower, you're probably wasting your money. Probably wasting your money. So why am I buying? That's what you want to know. What is the title of the video? Yes, I'm dollar cost averaging in BTC. Dollar cost averaging into my liquidity pools. Earning more from my liquidity pools. Building up my stack, ready for the bull run. Because that is the only thing that's paying me is my liquidity pools, because there's no guarantees in this market at the moment. And 2, long term, BTC is probably the only proven asset over a period of time that people are buying and is going up. Whether it's created by the CIA, Epstein, Bill Gates, whoever is Satoshi Nakamoto, the big boys are buying it, the BlackRocks are buying it, and Michael Saylor's buying it continuously. They're not buying EGLD, they're not buying X and Y, they're not buying POE, they're not buying Dogcoin, Frogcoin, Giraffe Coin, whatever coin. So I'm buying, but I'm very strategic and careful about what I'm buying. You know? So if this video helps you in any way, I say this at the end of every video. Just, if you've got the low cap altcoins, just look at your portfolio, and if you've not got any all-time highs, just think about maybe doing something else. That's it for me today. If you like my content, please like, subscribe. See you all very soon.